Hello. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ariana and I'm the host of the Civil Point podcast. This is not a full episode, but I just thought this is very important for me to cover because it's the contradictions and hypocrisy in the right-wing universe that exists. But if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and you can listen to all the episodes of the Civil Point podcast right here on the YouTube. But what I want to talk about right now is what I just saw online is a Fox News host, Jesse Walters, I believe his name is, literally calling for a bombing of a building in the UN. Like, this is insanity. Please watch.
This is an insurrection. And what we need to do is either leave the UN or we need to bomb it. It is in New York, though, right?
Yeah,
there could be some fallout there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, first of all, he's claiming insurrection. Okay, he's claiming that this was a setup, that the escalator that not working was because it was a setup for Trump to have to walk up an escalator, and it could have injured the most beautiful first lady ever. I think this is sadistic, obviously. It's delusional. Escalators do stop working, and even if it was set up, well, he deserves it. Walk a few steps. Get some exercise in there. But then to suggest that we bomb the UN, which is a building in New York, this, like, where's the logical thought in this? And again, it's the hypocrisy and the contradictions when it comes to the right-wing leaning media, where you're saying political violence is not okay, but you're then saying that we need to bomb the UN for not having a working escalator for your president. Make it make sense. Political violence is bad when you have to shoot down Charlie Kirk, but bombing a whole building that employs thousands of people is not an issue. The hypocrisy and the lunacy of it all is insane to me when you think of it, because they're screaming on these news stations, these right-wing news stations, how horrible it is that Charlie Kirk was murdered because he spoke his opinion, yet you're calling for the bombing of a building that employs thousands of people. Make it make sense, Jesse Walters. Not only that, but Jimmy Kimmel had a whole ordeal, got fired for his opinions on Charlie Kirk that were not egregious or inflammatory at all. And then he got reinstated, obviously. But this man, Jesse Walters, a right-wing Fox News host, is allowed to call for a bombing of a building that employs innocent civilians doing their job in New York on home property, home territory. That's called domestic terrorism. And that quote alone is obviously a domestic terror threat that should be taken seriously, let alone it being broadcasted on a Fox News station. He should be terminated from his job for igniting a domestic terrorist threat to our country. Jesse Walters, you are a terrorist for putting that on the airwaves or for even suggesting it, let alone thinking it. Saying that we need to bomb the UN because an escalator didn't work for Trump. Women are too emotional to hold presidency and offices, yet just because an escalator didn't work correctly, you're going to bomb a building that employs people, innocent people? Make it make sense. Anyway, we're going to be covering just everything, obviously, but thank you guys for tuning in. This is a quick little short video because this is just lunacy and insanity, hypocrisy and contradictions left and right when it comes to the right-wing extremist, MAGA nationalist, white nationalist party that continues to perpetuate these values of hypocrisy and contradiction that only applies to them when it comes to the perfection of rules and performance of rules. So, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.